In the last couple of years, I've grown to deeply appreciate the value of having a personal coach, or in my case, it's coaches. Today, I had a particularly interesting conversation with my business coach. We talked about the importance of vulnerability as an element of business success. You see, the ironic thing about the lawyering business is that I've spent my entire legal career basically protecting my clients from vulnerability. And yet, I know that I can do that most effectively when the clients have shared with me their own vulnerabilities. And more to the point, all right, sharing vulnerability is not usually a one-way street. But as a protector of vulnerability, well, I've practiced first protecting myself against being vulnerable. Until recently, I didn't recognize how putting up shields can prevent me from being the most effective professional here. Maybe you use shields too much too. So, I'm using this space now to do two things. One, I'm publicly declaring my intent to be more open and share my own vulnerabilities with people I trust and with the people that I want to trust me. And two, I'm using it to urge you to look closely at what your own vulnerabilities are and assess how sharing them appropriately might result in life successes for you. As a lawyer dedicated to helping my clients avoid conflicts that will be impediments to their goals, whether for themselves in business or for their loved ones receiving the gifts and legacies that my clients want to leave, I've come to appreciate even more how important our personal connections are to achieving our goals and how our connections are strengthened through our shared vulnerabilities. Perhaps the biggest change I've seen since I began practicing law in 1994 is the devaluation of legal documents. Contracts, trusts, wills that took hours of research and writing by lawyers then can now be produced literally with a few clicks and a few minutes spent by anyone on an internet site. Now, that's not to say that the cyber documents will be the same kind that can be created following real human interaction and connection with an experienced lawyer. It is to say that the paper is not worth that much. Now, in contrast, the human interaction, the understanding, the insight that I can gain from you, for you, can't be duplicated by clicks on an internet site. It's the exchange of information, and yes, vulnerability, where the real value of today's great lawyers come from. And it's the real reward of being a lawyer. And for that, I'm so grateful to those of you that have honored me with the opportunity to serve you and continue to serve you. I've come to know how much more satisfying it is to help people in this way than it is winning any court argument or even contract negotiation. Enjoy this month's videos, and don't miss our spotlight feature on Bill Fain. He's got some great stories to tell about his long career as a musician here in Las Vegas and throughout the country. And he's got a fascinating perspective on, being an artist and living through and surviving the COVID pandemic. I want to especially thank Nolan Dalla for his superb interview of Bill and sharing it with the Gordillo Law Firm. And of course, you. Enjoy this month's videos.